are in the wrong boxes.
Oh, yeah, so we are.
Also, everyone was muted.
That
cool.
might be my fault.
Was everyone muted?
There we go. I don't know why the automation script didn't unmute, but hey, we're back now.
So do we do that again?
Yeah, let's just do that one again.
Yeah.
Okay then. Take two. Vampire Boogaloo. Hello, my name's Deuceman Dan, and you are watching Blood on the Street, a V5 Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition show set 2 years after the fall of London. And the people gathered with me today are my awesome players. Please introduce yourselves. Starting with Jean.
Yes, hi. I'm Jen Notorious over on the internet. I play Jean Morse, our terrifying Lasombra. Don't touch my girlfriend. Ryan, over to you. Ryan, who's muted?
Oh,
Hi.
Joey and Timothy are in the wrong windows as well.
Oh, yeah, so they are.
We're professional. Hi, I'm Ryan.
We are the most professional.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I play Joey Whispers, everyone's favorite Toreador. Well, and I'm looking forward to the bullshit we get up to. Moving on to the next person, I believe, if I look at the list, it is Timothy. Shadow. Yep, Shadow, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Shadows. I'm playing the lovely hacker slash resident super rich girl, Lucy. Don't touch her girlfriend or she'll burn down London.
She's the queen bee.
Tim.
Hi, I'm the Lazy Gerbil. I play Timothy Lockhart, the consistently bullied.
And we recently discovered that it's because he is young.
Yeah,
and the old despise the young.
He is the oldest kindred in this group. Shut up.
But his player is not, and that's what matters.
Truly, that is the only
Sarah,
thing that matters.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sarah, or Conquistador de Estrella on Twitch and YouTube, which I really should actually do more with, but whatever. And I'm currently playing Lauren Tennant, the caitiff, who is... Well, she's just kind of weird. It's probably the best way of putting it. She's just kind of weird.
And we would now like to take this time for some shoutouts. First of all, the music you just heard is by Miracle of Sound. Go check them out. And second is a content warning. We are playing Vampire the Masquerade, which takes place in the world of darkness. As you could guess by the name, things can get dark. If at any point you feel uncomfortable with what's going on in the screen, or if you just need to take a break, please do so. Self-care is best care. And also, we are playing characters, not ourselves. Any bullying or mean-spirited comments is directed towards the characters, not the players.
Hate the player, not the game? No, wait.
No. That's the complete opposite.
I know, that's why I said it.
And also, you can support us by you can support us by just watching live. You can also share us with your friends. And if you can't watch us live, you can usually watch the VODs on Twitch immediately afterwards. There's also the YouTube channel, Explorers League, as well, where usually the VODs will be up between 1 or 2 days after the stream itself. And that's usually the best way of actually checking us out.
Yeah, all the VODs are uploaded. And if you think we are deserving of your money, you can find us on patreon.com/The Explorers League, where we have after shows. And when the campaign is done, I guess we'll have character sheets and other things for, depending on who dies, that's who the character sheets will be for. So if the Second Inquisition, if Operation Antigen fails and they all die, you'll get character sheets for them. If the Coterie all dies, you'll get character sheets for them.
We'll just see how it goes.
Or if they annihilate each other, you get character sheets for everyone.
What you're saying is dying in a blaze of glory is best for the audience so they get all of the
Yes.
character sheets.
Yes.
And if you want
Yes,
everyone's
that's
if you want everyone's character sheet, then we need Operation Lucy to get off the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
So-
totally
so-
not
so-
planning
so
to drop a tactical
what-
nuke on
what-
London. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Where did you
So
even
what-
get that?
So what I'm hearing
Don't worry
is,
about
is
it.
as the storyteller, I need to kill Gene. Okay, good to know.
All right, let's start the game, shall we? Deezer, take it
Yes.
away.
Okay, so we open on a cool night. There's a few clouds in the sky. The stars shine brightly. There's people bustling around in the streets. Cars driving by. The busy night. The camera pans across London and zooms in on a Mr. Timothy Lockhart. What are you doing right now?
So Timothy is probably has just walked out of the dollhouse, and you can't quite see him. He's sort of engulfed in shadow, and then you see a lighter illuminate his face, and he lights up a cigarette, takes a puff, and he pulls out his phone and calls Lauren.
You know what? I'm gonna roll real quick to see whether she's at work or not. She is not at work. So she does pick up. Hello.
Hey, Lauren.
Yeah. Okay, this is slightly unexpected. Usually we don't touch base quite so early on in the evening. What is up?
I think there was a bit of a miscommunication, like a couple nights ago, and I think I just wanted to clear the air. Can we meet up?
Sure. This is one of my nights off anyway. Where do you want to meet and when?
Insert random bar here at random time. Insert random bar here in the next 30 minutes.
The age-old plot contrivium.
Yes. It's so the phone call ends and the camera does a diagonal wipe and we are in the bar.
Timothy has gotten a corner table where it's relatively quiet and nobody can overhear.
Lauren sits down and in lieu of her usual choice of drinks, which is usually some kind of colorful and or highly flavored cocktail, she's literally just got a neat whiskey with some ice and that's it.
And before he even says anything, he pulls out a fairly old-looking envelope, and on the front it says from Timmy to Tabby.
Is this what is this?
When I was on deployment before a mission, I would write one of these to my wife in the event that I died. And I would write everything I wanted to tell her but didn't quite have the courage to. It was nothing bad or anything. I never cheated or anything like that. It was more of...
You felt that it was easier to write things down than to say them face to face.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And
not everyone can just be as open about it.
what I was trying to do that time, like when we were doing all the prep work, and I kind of springed that whole confession of everlasting love because I'm a dramatic bitch.
You are a product of your time, dear. It's fine.
Anyway, I was trying to be more open, and I wish I had the chance to say half the things I wrote. And that's what I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to say goodbye. I don't want to die in this mission. I just wanted you to know me.
I have to admit, it did catch me a little bit off guard, just because it did get me thinking that I don't really feel the same, not to the same extent. It took me a few nights to actually realize that.
Do you want whatever this is to continue?
For now, yes, but I think at some point in the future, we might need to go our separate ways.
You know, some nights I'm wondering if I'm just projecting this onto you.
I honestly don't give it as much thought. Like, I think about, well, just staying alive and doing what it is we're asked of, and then kind of slotting you and the others in wherever we can fit.
But we do care about each other, right?
Yes, that's why I wanted to talk to you about this and actually raise it with you rather than just abruptly leave in maybe 2 years' time, so that it's not like a complete sudden shock in cold water.
Okay. Can't say I'm not a little disappointed, but it's not like we could really make this work long term. I mean, given the right circumstances, we are everlasting.
Perhaps if the turmoil in London hadn't happened, but I think it's just put things into perspective for me and given me a reason to rethink my priorities a little. And
I don't want to hold you in a relationship you're not happy with.
it's not that you say we are effectively timeless, but what if I don't want to be anymore?
If I could go back to that day and make the decision to be this, be posed with that decision, I would say no. It hasn't been worth it. Not for me, at least.
I'm not meaning about going back. I was given some information and materials by ICE, but she did caution me about pursuing such a degree of such a method of execution because, well, you already know where we stand in the celestial pecking order.
Mm.
There are things far, far worse than us, and it would appear that quite a few of them really, really don't like it when you tamper with time.
Mm. Oh, I wasn't talking about time travel. It's more of that wistful what if.
Right. Yeah, I was just speaking in a hypothetical sense.
But yes, you want to walk the path of, is it Golconda or it's Golconda, right?
Yeah, it is Golconda. I wish to put myself into that. And who knows, maybe eventually I can find a way of atoning for everything I've done in my 40 years. One of the first steps that I've seen is you need to own up to all of your crimes. And yeah, I kind of started already with that. It's why I dismantled my syndicate. It's why I dismantled my contact list. It's why I'm now a firefighter.
I wasn't a Marine in Vietnam. I was training to be, and I got headhunted by the CIA. That's how I learned to pop people's heads at 300 meters.
That's a lot of red to clear from the ledger, but it's not impossible. It just will take a lot of time if you really want to turn the red back to black.
What could I possibly do that is worth 249 souls?
Helping another 249, that'll at least help in some way, but really it's just helping as many as you can, helping in even small ways, not even like great grandstanding ways. And that's kind of how I framed what we're about to do. It is a matter of survival, and at least the plan as we've drafted it makes it so that it reduces the
Is Antigen right?
No, it's something Lucia said a couple of nights back. I think she might be trying to demolish the building.
Timothy pauses for a moment and goes, you know what? That doesn't surprise me at all.
I also don't think she would be particularly bothered with it, whether the building was empty or not. And given how we're going to be making quite a scene, I doubt it will be.
You know, our very flamboyant co-worker, what are the chances? How concerned do you think he is about collateral damage?
Oh, please. He'll be having them doing the rumba as the car smashes through the window.
That's my point. So far, I've only seen antigen agents. Why do I get the feeling that's the only thing he wants me to see?
Yeah, that's...
Somebody does need to clip that. That was brilliant.
Continue, sir.
I don't really know what to do. Well, you know my feelings on humanity and altruism. And it was pointed out to me that not everyone shares the same worldview as I do. It is quite clear that the others are still being human in the ways that they think make the most sense.
Oh yeah, Jean was always an asshole.
Oh, no. Yeah, that was... I might be able to track down some of her old co-workers. I might be able to get a scoop on her from that one. Well, I wouldn't be doing my job as a harpy if it wasn't.
Our condition doesn't, well, most of the time, it doesn't change who we are or who we were as people. It just amplifies everything.
And places you at an abyss where no matter how hard you try, you always inch inexorably closer and closer.
And eventually, it wins. And sometimes I just want to say to hell with it and drop everything and run into the Canadian wilderness and the Rocky Mountains and find a cave and just find a nice cliff and watch the sunrise.
I'm thinking about what I would have become had I not gone down this route, and it seems Ice has also been thinking along similar lines.
I said I didn't want to die, but I suppose that isn't entirely truthful.
I wasn't given the option of avoiding death. You've met Lucius. He's Lucius. That's about all I can say nicely about him. I admire him for what he's done, but I also do not really like him. I respect him, but he's not my friend.
He is the most stereotypical example of our club.
Yes, the Scepter Society are real into that, aren't they? I am very glad I was not actually fully inducted as a member.
And Timothy does look around, and
this is actually the first time that she's actually openly said that she's a caitiff to him. Can't remember, actually.
It's enough that we trust each other. And
yes, that's partly why I feel we might need to take separate courses in the future, because
let's be honest,
you are still beholden to the guidelines and social norms of the Scepter Society.
Let's be honest, we were never really anything more than fuck buddies.
If you're being entirely honest, you were stress relief after the flesh tunnel incident.
Yeah, well, I've certainly been called worse things.
But that was then, and then I realized I then grew to care about you, and then that's also why I don't want to hurt you when we eventually part ways. It's a real complicated thing.
We are not Lucia and Jean. We are Timothy and Lauren. And
for that, I am grateful each night. I'm glad they have each other, but also
some nights I admire it.
Call it dramaticism on my part, but I'm fairly sure they are the heralds of the apocalypse.
More like the agents of chaos.
Yeah, as long as those two survive, everything else around them can be an ashen wasteland for all they care. At least until the food runs out.
Well, they certainly make life more interesting. That's not always a good thing in this day and age, though.
I take it you know of the ancient proverb, may you live in interesting times, because interesting is the unknown, the unfamiliar, and the dangerous. I think that sums up our co-workers quite well.
Mm. And he does like proffer an arm for like a side hug. You know, when you're sitting in like a booth
she actually sort of leans in properly. It's not even like a sort of reserved one. It's just she just leans in fully and just sort of nestles up to him.
If you need the proverbial shoulder to cry on, someone to talk to, or just stress relief, I'm here.
I feel I possibly shouldn't have told you that, but also at the same time, I didn't want to keep it from you any further. It wouldn't have been fair to you.
I'm honestly not sure if what I feel is actual love. I mean, in all honesty, you remind me of Tabby.
Perhaps in your long life, your tastes have not actually changed all that much.
Yeah. She used to bust my ass too. And let's be honest, I've never been the dominant one.
Oh, Tim. I know.
He actually does kind of chuckle at that. You are the best thing that has happened to me in a long, long while. And
well,
I'm
it wasn't me that pulled you out of the hole you'd found yourself in. I merely provided the proverbial ladder.
Oh, it was more of a rope.
You got out of it yourself, though. That's something that shouldn't be diminished.
Promise me one thing. That
Yeah.
even when we're on different paths and when we need to be our own person for a while, keep in touch.
I'm sure I'll be able to, if things go the way I intend for them, I'm sure I'll be able to ask Geist for passing along messages.
And with that, I think he just kind of leans his head on Lawrence and he just sits there for a bit and that's it.
Lauren just drinks her whiskey in silence, just thinking about everything.
And I think that's where we end the scene. The camera fades away. It fades to black as we see Timothy and Lauren cuddling at the bar, not enjoying their drinks. And...
Oh, no, I can because I eat food. So I'm actually enjoying the taste of the whiskey. He's just having to pretend for the appearance.
Well,
oh no, he's not even pretending. He's just...
High five for foodie.
And when the camera fades back in, we see Joey. Joey, what are you doing?
I would be sitting in my garden. Across from me, if they are here at this point, would be my two friends. Someone we saw in episode 1, but haven't really and I've given them not the full plan, but the basis of what we're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, and he would speak up and be like, as you can see, the city's going to be a bit rocky. So I would want you to help me with another project, if you're willing to help.
Just making sure I have the right character sheets open. I mean, what? Sorry, my bad. So Sammy is the one that speaks up. She's like, I'm always willing to help. I mean, if I get to crack some heads.
You may get some cracks, but for now, it's mostly information gathering. You know my friend Timothy, correct? Mr. Lockhart? Well, to pay for many of the things we're using for this operation, he made a deal.
Right.
He has not told us much about it. I want you to go and speak to him and get some more information. But apparently there's some trouble in Ireland he's offered to clean up. I want you two to head there ahead of us and possibly help gather some information about the payment we're going to be doing.
Okay. And Jessica will speak up. Anything specific you want me to do?
Go with our friend here to speak to Mr. Lockhart. With your both your talents, I feel you'll be very useful in Ireland, gathering information on the targets we'll have to remove. Apparently, I don't have much in myself. This honestly is I want both of you guys out of the city for a while, in case blowback does happen because of our operation.
How bad are you planning this to be? This is Jessica.
Remember the 5th of November.
Right. I think she just turns to Sammy and says, I've always wanted to visit Ireland. and Sammy goes, yeah, I'm feeling the holiday itch. And they both just leave.
I would tell them, I would give them Timothy's number so they can contact him for more information on the island stuff.
Yeah, I imagine as they leave, like Sammy gestures and shadows crawl up the wall and spread across like living oil spreads across the wall to create a sort of ovoid shape. And Sammy and Jessica walk through, and then they're suddenly downstairs in the alleyway beside the club. And Sammy phones Timothy. This can be when you're out of the club and that way if you want. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I think for extra drama, we could actually have it while we're still there, just in that moment of silent contemplation where it's just interrupted by a phone call.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Timothy is not that much of a basic bitch.
Nah, his ringtone is meow 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 meow.
No.
Nyan. Nyan cat.
No. His ringtone is blue down. His tone is American Woman. So there's just this.
I don't know that one.
American Woman, get away from me. It was a Vietnam protest song.
All right, okay then.
So
come on. So you say he's not a basic bitch, and then he just goes and does this.
I know that song mostly from the Austin Powers movies.
So he pulls out his phone and goes, Lockhart speaking.
Hey, this is Sammy.
Joey gave you my number, didn't he?
He did. You free? We need to talk.
I suppose I am.
Okay.
It
won't take long. Where are you?
Insert name of bar here.
Okay, and then
just go for the Royal Oak because there's 20 of them.
Yeah. We're on the Royal Oak. Oh, we're in the Royal Oak whose O is slightly hanging to the left.
Okay, will do. And then far quicker than you would expect from Joey's club, suddenly like you would expect it to take a decent amount of time for them to get there, but then they're there within a few minutes. And they walk in through the door and they come up to the two of you.
And Timothy just goes, "Oh, right, shadow bullshit." And he puts away his phone.
Yeah. And I think he's how he says, "You know it."
And at this point, Timothy has basically gone from sociable mask off to Camarilla Timothy Lockhart.
So we need any information you have on our target. You would know that they are a high-profile target within the criminal world of the Irish. I don't know. I'm going to assume there's an Irish mafia. In fact, you know what? I'll just say there is because it's World of Darkness, and I don't care. And
It's like
yeah.
It's the IRA.
No, because they were disbanded in the 90s.
Okay.
Also, I'm English, so let's not. I'd honestly rather not. Please don't send your angry letters too.
Fair. That was mostly a joke, and it was a bad one.
It was. Anyway, they're a high-ranking member of the Irish mafia. They interfered with business in I don't know, let's say
New York.
Yeah, let's say they interfered with like, I don't know, the Russians or someone in New York. I don't know, another mafia gang in New York. And then they retreat back to Ireland to hide because they're safe there. And it's hard to get there because, you know, you fuck with the UK, you fuck with NATO, you fuck with, it's opening a whole can of worms. So officially, they can't do anything. But unofficially, they can send a group of people in to take the guy out.
Without saying a word, Timothy just pulls out his phone, like goes through a whole bunch of hoops, finds a hidden file, sends it to them, and then
you wouldn't have been given anything by text. You would have been given documents, like actual physical documents.
Things that can be burned afterwards.
So he basically pulls out a briefcase, which he perpetually has on him. He opens it up and just pulls out a manila like binder, like, you know, those big envelopes, those things, and just slides it across the table.
Yeah, and she's like, ooh. She looks in. She's like, ooh, this guy's a dick. just reads, and she shows Jessica, and Jessica's like, wow. Have you killed this asshole? And what she obviously doesn't say out loud, but like they just read it, and then off. If there's one type of criminal that the almost every other criminal hates, it's human traffickers. Yeah. Weirdly, that's exactly what I was thinking. Human trafficking. Basically they so basically they pissed off the Russians because the Russians wanted to do the human trafficking. The Russian mafia, the Bratva, that's it. Like Sammy is just like, Thanks. We'll get to work. Gotta head off to Ireland and
Just
look into this guy for you.
Hmm. And I think I think that basically a unknown he gets a text from an unknown number, and basically all it says is it is the Scepter Club is holding a meeting. Please attend.
I was gonna have a harpy turn up, but fair enough.
I mean, I am the harpy, so.
True. You, yeah, that's fair. You would get that message then. You'd be like, please get. Yeah, you'd get a message just saying, please gather your friends. You're invited to a party. Obviously worded better than that. My writing brain is turned off apparently.
It says exactly what I just said. The Scepter Club is holding a gathering. Please attend.
She would also then specifically ask it as a fancy dress, but there's a dress code. Because she feels that would be enough of a code of like, this is Elysium. You might want to actually make an effort.
Yeah. So
you have noticed that in more recent nights, Timothy has gone from 40s chic to like he's basically stolen some of Lauren's t-shirts.
It's 40 chic to 50 chic. It's still outdated, but he's getting better.
No, he's not just wearing metal t-shirts and like rock t-shirts. Like there's one of them's a Van Halen t-shirt.
Oh, he is definitely wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt right now.
Fair enough. And
No Judas Priest.
What?
No Judas Priest. Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
So yeah, you're all summoned to the fort, and how do you go about telling the others that they're cordially invited to a party?
Are you going to do the actual harpy thing of gathering us one by one, or did you just send us a DM?
Oh, I just have like a group chat. It's just like it's like, hey, costume party tonight. Make sure your costumes are up to scratch.
2 hours Joey fashion montage.
Yes.
Okay. So if you've ever seen the Hitman trailer, you know where Agent 47 is in the bathroom and he's getting dressed in a suit.
Mm.
Essentially the exact same thing with Timothy, and it's perfectly tailored. And he has made sure that this suit is not embroidered with the gate crashers.
Do we have our own logo? I'm not entirely sure.
If we don't, Lucy definitely made one, and he doesn't notice that it's embroidered because it's in the lining inside of the suit. It's just the logo repeated over and over again.
Oh God, it's like a Louis Vuitton suit. God damn it.
No.
So she's rich and tasteless.
No.
Hey,
I have
only when it comes to pranking Tim.
I have money now, bitch. I have found. He has specifically found a new tailor.
Rich and tasteless in New York.
He has specifically found a new tailor to make this suit to make sure it hasn't been pranked by Lucia.
Do you think with Resources 5, Lucia didn't just bribe every tailor?
If this bitch walks into your store. So anyway,
and he has Resources 4, which means he can basically go, look, just say you embroidered the thing, but don't actually do it, please. Just let me have
Please.
one suit that isn't pranked.
I mean, it just comes down to who's paying more money.
Or they accept your money, then they accept his money, and just deal with his as they just don't tell you.
Yeah, that's how they profit off of both of you.
Yeah. Okay. Timothy is petty enough that he would actually pay more. And he has the resources that he could probably do it.
Coolio. So
I feel you could pay. I feel you could pay more because Lucia also has money on other shit like the stables, the building a drone army, importing a nuke.
Because at this point, we both have resources 5, so
now.
The most petty reason to get max resources is great.
Yeah,
I got max resources out of pure pettiness.
That's amazing. That is totally something I would do.
Just a cat fight between the Malkavian and the Venturi now.
No, it's a prank war at this point.
It's a kindred prank.
It's a prank war that you're having with a Malkavian.
Yeah, have fun with that. So we do the fashion montage. Timothy wears the definitely not in any way pranked suit.
Oh, come on, don't phrase it like that.
Phrasing.
Joey is just making himself even more fabulous.
It's just decently made It's nothing tacky. It's really good makeup, nice hair, a well tailored tight dress that just shows off.
He has a scarf for his scarf.
Timothy, because he is being because he has decided to be a little fancier tonight. He is wearing a Snow White suit with like white dress shoes, a black undershirt, and a white tie, and he has a purple tulip in the pocket of the suit jacket.
That sounds nice, but because you had a pause between Snow White and suit, for a moment there, I did picture Timothy dressed up as Snow White from the Disney movie.
I was actually thinking of replacing the purple rose with a stalk of celery, like the decorative vegetable.
I hate all of you. We're all the worst.
Hey! It worked.
It's very good.
It worked for the Fifth Doctor.
Exactly.
Timothy orders a Snow White suit. What he actually gets is a suit with Snow White on it.
No,
No, we're joking, man. You get your really nice suit.
Yeah, we're just taking the piss at this point.
Timothy reappears looking suave as fuck, and
and his hair is like styled back, and he has actually braided his fairly sizable beard into like a Celtic knot, and he has braided his shoulder length hair up into like up into that that top knot where the top is tied up but the bottom is hanging down.
Yeah.
So he has that. He basically looks like
he's basically Geralt with a fancy beard adornment.
Pretty much, if Geralt had raven black hair.
Yeah. Okay, so
I think the white hair looks better, but hey.
Joey probably shows up to this Elysium with what is left of the Rose Party in London, so he'll show up with his clamp on Elysium.
Oh, and he is also wearing perfectly tailored black leather gloves.
Lauren is actually, she's gone the complete opposite. She's gone to make it look as if her suit isn't tailored when it actually is. However, she's kind of now looking like the stereotypical sort of Men in Black suit style. So she's just got white shirt, black tie, black suit with like just long sleeves. And she's got her hair tied back into like a very tight bun. And she's literally just to be the, yeah, hopefully people forget I'm here so that I can then just slam them into the table when they do something wrong.
Oh yeah, like Timothy is going the full, I am the scourge, look at me.
Yeah.
For this court.
As soon as we're doing Fashion Week, what do Eugene and Lucia look like?
Oh, but before we get to that, the moment, like, is this Elysium?
No, I mean it's more of an official meeting because you're being called to Queen Anne.
Okay, so in that case, Timothy has a big ass 44 Magnum revolver on his hip.
Fair enough.
It's not a full on Elysium. It's more like we're gathered here this month for the monthly update.
Yeah, basically, you're delivering your report.
It's the monthly report and how our investments are going, how profits are this quarter.
Mm-hmm.
If there's been any masquerade infractions or any tenant breaks, nothing earth shattering. Until we give our message, then we're like, so yeah, this is going on.
I'm basically going if Hitman decided to be suave.
Yeah.
I can think of a few Hitman missions where you wear more fancy shit. Although
Agent 47 is still a giant brick every time he opens his mouth.
True, and most of my Hitman runs, I am dressed as a clown.
This does not surprise me at all.
Or a cowboy. Either my main two go-to suits are either a clown or a cowboy, occasionally Santa.
You've yeed your lost, partner.
Okay. Before we get too distracted, let's move on.
What are the couple wearing?
Yeah, I'm gonna say red and black dresses.
Nice.
I like the idea that they're wearing matching dresses, but the red and black is swapped on each one. So like the parts that are red on one dress is black on the other, that sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah, reverse accents.
Yeah.
Finally, you get to see Lucia's full stunning on display because she's not hiding under a hoodie.
Timothy is like...
Are you going to take your hoodie off to demonstrate that one, Shadows, or are you just going to keep it on?
No, I'm not stunning like Lucia.
No, you don't want to show off your figure.
Joey is slightly mouth-watering at that.
So, and Timothy is like 6'6", so he's really tall. And
Joey's staring at Lucia like, I'd hit it with a shovel and put it in my cellar. I mean, what?
and Timothy basically just walks over to the two of you and go, you two clean up quite nice.
Are you saying that my girlfriend doesn't look nice all the time?
No, I'm saying on this particular night, she looks particularly.
Jean, let's face it, you have a normal aesthetic of, let's charitably say you've been dragged backwards through a hedge most nights.
It's nice to see you both too. And to be fair, I've often dragging someone through a hedge. So.
Look, at this point, I'm just trying to find ways to have a conversation with you where it doesn't end with you either threatening me or bullying me.
Such a conversation does not exist, Timothy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know, but one can hope.
Joey walks over, giggling slightly, hearing this conversation.
Yeah.
Because again, he was over with the rose garden.
And he does look at Jean and go, in all seriousness, you do look nice.
So I assume we're all at the
Elysium
and Madame Rosner's estate now.
Yeah. To what Timothy goes, yeah, Jean, you do look nice, but you look amazing. Joey says, getting close to Lucia.
And
plays the
Timothy
hell of it.
immediately grabs Joey by the shoulder and turns him away and goes, that's claimed territory. If
I
you
know-
don't want to die, don't touch.
I know.
Lauren's just taking notes. She's like, okay, just inappropriate advances, because she's just doing her job as a harpy at this point. It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
I know it's claim. I know. I can appreciate this work of art, and not put moves on it.
As long as you don't touch, you probably won't get killed.
Excuse me, why are we talking about Lucia as if she's not here? Don't objectify my girlfriend.
I was going.
I'm just gonna walk past them with like Lucia on arm.
I was
Like,
going to compliment Lucia properly, but I got stopped midway through.
Even when I try to diffuse a situation, I somehow fuck it up.
I mean,
in all serious, Lucia, you do look amazing.
And then suddenly Lauren's at Timothy's shoulder. Like, she wasn't visibly near him, but she just sort of stepped up to him, sort of not really stealthily, just quietly. And she's like, don't worry, I'll spread a few rumors to make it look like it was her that instigated this. And then she just drifts back off into the crowd again.
Timothy just goes, honestly, that won't be all that hard.
Before you walk off, Joey does go, I assume we'll be speaking to the Queen this evening about this whole operation.
Well, that has been added to the agenda, yes. However, we will need to get through the usual business before we get to that point.
Where's the Queen sitting right now?
Because I was imagining you all just standing around in a room, just waiting for other people to arrive. And
I imagined this as like sort of a grand ballroom where everybody's sort of known about.
Well, and nobody else is there at the moment. It's just you guys. The others.
In that case, I'm going to find a corner to lean against and wait for people.
Well, I did say Joey show up with the other toreadors.
All right. But in that case, the other toreador are all just chatting with each other and just all, preening, basically. They're all doing the whole peacock thing of preening, basically. That's what they're doing.
Where is the Queen's throne?
The Queen's throne is on a raised dais at one side of the room. The dais is very fancy. It was installed after the vampires moved there, but it's this very fancy looking dais with it's marble and has sort of like red and gold trimming around the edge, and it's got like very delicately and beautifully crafted. The red fabric has little symbols of the Ventru clan embroidered in very carefully, and the main platform of the dais also has a much larger relief of the Ventru clan symbol. And then there is Queen Anne's throne, which is this big, super comfy looking chair, which has two smaller chairs beside it. And
okay, so can we say Queen Anne is currently sitting in her throne?
I was going to say at this point, Lady Scarlet walks in, followed by a few others. You see Timothy's. You see all of your sires walk in, basically.
Timothy's sire is the Ventru Primogen.
Who's been doing necromancy to make that work?
Oh wait, yeah. Sorry, we don't see Joey's sire, but
Which probably see my Mawa, Lillian.
Yeah, we see your Malwa.
So when the Queen takes her seat, Timothy walks over and kneels on the knee you kneel for the Queen, and goes, "My Queen," and doesn't rise until she gives him leave to.
Yeah, she simply gestures for you to rise.
And if there's no objection, he just quietly takes his place at the right hand of her throne, standing, not sitting.
Yeah, because that seat is definitely not for you.
Yeah, like I imagine he is the scourge, which means during these functions he functions as the queen's bodyguard.
Yeah, yes, you do. No, that's kind of what you're there for. So, Lady Scarlet sits on Queen Anne's left, and Queen Anne she watches the kindred mill about and talk for a few moments, and then she says, "I've called you here today for a report, an update on your progress in taking down Operation Antigen. How have things been faring?"
And at that, Timothy like basically walks in front of the throne and says, "We currently have a plan to wipe out the leadership of Operation Antigen."
I see. Please continue.
"We have learned of their security measures. If a certain level of alertness is raised, all the highest level members of their organization will be whisked to the rooftop to an awaiting helicopter to move them to a secondary location. My coterie and I have..."
They'll be on the helicopter.
Yeah, that's what I said. "My coterie and I have found the team responsible for the night shift of operating the helo. We will be on that helo, and through a series of ghouls attacking the front, cause a level of alertness to engage that security measure. And when No?
We won't be using ghouls. Using ghouls, of course, would have issues because...
Okay. He would say the right thing. Basically, mortal servants, he would say.
We are using agents.
We are using mortal agents. Yeah. That's what he would say. Anyway.
Yeah.
Agents to enact that security protocol. And we will be on the helicopter. And as we reach a certain height, we will jump out of the helicopter and detonate a bomb, killing the leadership of the Second Inquisition."
If anyone then follows up on this, then the night shift of the helicopter crew will then take the fall for it because they were supposed to be on duty at the time of the helicopter being destroyed.
It's not the most silent or subtle operation, but we've made sure it will not be masquerade preaching.
And it will not tie directly back to any of us.
When this event
important thing.
When this event airs on on CBC, they will be talking about a terrorist attack and not mythical creatures.
And you're certain that the entire leadership will be there, Khan included?
That is our hope. We have no way of ensuring that Khan himself will be there, but we can ensure that at least every division head will be there.
As far as we know, Khan should be on the airplane, but all great plans, as you know, Your Majesty, we cannot account for random chance.
Even if he is deprived Even if he is stripped of his associates and manages to elude us, he won't have anywhere to run, not for long.
His organization would be gutted of its high leadership, and any safe houses they might have would be effectively operating on their own until a command structure can be reestablished, which means they can be picked off one by one.
There is also on the matter of the captured kindred. Not every kindred that disappeared during the fall 2 years ago was killed. There is an installation where a majority of them are being held and experimented on. And I am loath to say it, but a kindred
Sure.
heads the security of that facility. A traitor to his kind.
See.
He is a Nosferatu by the name of Jason Ryder.
I want this traitor dealt with immediately.
Can I make like a politics check or something to try and see if I've heard of this one before? I'm actually not sure what skill it would be. I think it'd be either.
It'd be
Probably
intelligence politics or wits politics.
Sure, I'll go for
Whichever
wits.
better.
I'll go for wits politics. Just to see if there's any
Say
information I can supply with.
difficulty 4, why not?
All right. That's 4.
Hell yeah. You would know that Jason Ryder you would know that Jason Ryder managed to hack into StreckNet before when StreckNet was still a thing. Jason Ryder actually managed to hack into it and got the attention of the Nosferatu and was given a choice, be embraced or be killed. And he chose to be embraced.
Mm-hmm.
Not fully understanding everything that went with that, and has been essentially held on a leash ever since. In his life, he was a radical activist and would constantly take down government websites and company websites. Governments and companies that were responsible for oil spills and other ecological disasters and so on. And
Mr. Ryder has very significant digital skills. If he is in accordance with the Second Inquisition, then that would explain why their online resources were as difficult as they were to get into. However, we will need to prioritize him over to anything else, mainly because he was able to, and this is actually for other members of the Camarilla who might not be fully aware of him. She's just explained this. Given he was able to infiltrate the Nosferatu's own digital network before he was embraced, he is definitely a dangerous pawn, and his own ends are rather extremist, but perhaps we might be able to guide those to lure him out into the open.
But our group in particular, though, we have to focus our primary energies on our current mission.
Indeed, this would be a matter for the others assembled here to perhaps look into. She's just kind of sort of gesturing around the room at that one.
Yeah.
I would also like to pose the rather obvious. If Khan ever decided to destroy the masquerade, all he would need to do is reveal Jason Ryder to the world.
Yes, unfortunately, being embraced by Clan Nosferatu means that he is, by his physical presence, a walking violation of the masquerade.
And Timothy actually like pulls in like a flat screen or whatever and pulls up a full body picture of what Jason Ryder currently looks like. And if I might describe him?
Yeah, sure.
So the picture before you is a what looks like an amalgam of a bat and a human who was then mummified. His skin hugs tight to his bones. His limbs are elongated to a grotesque fashion. His face is elongated almost to a snout. He has leathery bat ears, and beady eyes with cat slits.
Joey closes up.
Yeah.
And he has about two too many. He has 2 extra knuckles on each finger.
Yeah, Joey's Toreador nature takes over and he just throws up.
I mean, you wouldn't actually throw up because you don't have that biological
Fine,
function.
he heaves.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah,
Pedantic.
all the Toreador just react with absolute horror and disgust.
Oh, and
Despite the fact that there are other Nosferatu in this room.
his tongue is elongated and his maw is filled with rows of uneven, jagged teeth.
Yum.
Yes, but they just want to. You walk up to a Nos, you approach a Nos carefully. You don't just have a Nos randomly throw up on a screen. Can't prepare for that.
So, to stop being around the bush, can we call what hunt on this rider?
I believe that is the most prudent course. However, if you have the time, I would like you to try and take him out before you launch your attack.
We do not have.
As...
We sadly would not have that time. Time is against our plan.
Just out of curiosity, what is our current time frame in terms of holding the Elysium compared to the attack?
I assume it's within a few nights.
Yeah.
And in that case, Lauren will actually just go as like, with utmost respect, my queen, we're in T-minus 48.
I see. Very well, then we'll have someone else deal with this traitor.
You could call it Operation One Shot.
If the hunt hasn't
Operation what?
One
Operation.
shot.
Lol.
And
Subtle,
Timothy,
real subtle.
Timothy looks to the queen and says, "If I might suggest, perhaps we should show this bleeding heart his final sunrise."
Indeed. He should have simply been killed. It was a poor choice on the Nosferatu to embrace this one.
He infiltrated their private digital network. It was the option of being erased or being embraced, and he chose the latter.
Very barbaric way to give a choice to someone, honestly.
It is. I am well aware of the kind of choice that he would have been given. My point is that he shouldn't have been given a choice. Somebody like him is far too altruistic, idealistic for our society. He would not
Is
fit
Mr.
in.
Ryder's sire present tonight? And she actually turns to the other Nosferatu
No.
in the room.
No.
And
his
and
sire is not.
and if I may, like Timothy would pull up another name, and he pulls up Mason Fist.
Yeah, Mason Fist is one of the people being held at the facility.
If memory serves, I believe Mason Fist is Ryder's sire.
Yes. I have had run-ins with him. He is particularly opportunistic. It's no wonder he chose to offer Jason such a choice. Very well. I will issue a blood hunt, and he will be dealt with before you launch your attack.
Can we ask that the attack be done close to simultaneously with ours?
Very well.
We'd help raise the alert.
We unfortunately
well.
cannot postpone our attack. We chose the date of execution based on information we gathered from the Second Inquisition's scheduling so that we could maximize as many of the high command we could have present in the same time. If
Very well.
we delay a day or so, we miss that opportunity as they're only in the building for a meeting.
Plus, my
Very
Mary.
well. Then we shall.
Plus, some of my marionettes have already been given their orders.
Very well, and she'll look over to. Sorry, she'll look over to a couple of other kindred, and she'll just gesture like, "Go off, see to it, go get it done." And it will be organized so that it will occur at the same time as your attack.
Actually, with that, Timothy would look to the Queen to basically asking for leave to go with them, basically to share the nitty-gritty details with those.
Okay. Yeah, in which case you go off to do that. You share what details you know. Sorry. And I don't think there's anything left. So
I'm actually gonna go up to my sire, to Lysias.
I also want to speak to my mouth.
I meant anything left for the Queen to say. She will just simply ask. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you wish to discuss?
I wish to speak to you, Your Majesty, of course, with your aide present, privately after the main event, if I may have your ear.
You may, and she will. Then, if there is nothing else, I shall take my leave. Please enjoy the rest of this evening. There will be refreshments brought out soon. And she will leave along with Lady Scarlet.
Yeah. Joey's plan will be to speak with his Marwa. And pretty much all he's going to say is, we need to speak to the Queen after this event. Please join me.
Yeah, so who wants to approach somebody first?
I'm going to go up to... Oh, actually, you guys go ahead because I was already doing stuff in the main briefing.
Okay.
I just have like a little side comment as the Queen leaves. So like Jean has just sort of draped herself over Lucia in that very possessive way. And as the Queen walks out, she's just going to whisper in Lucy's ear, that could be us. As Lady Scarlet and her walk past.
Wow.
Yes, you, madam, are incorrigible.
You can't hear me.
So Lucia, you approach your sire, who is standing there talking to Justicar Parr.
Oh, I disengage and leave at that point.
Yeah, they're having a hushed conversation. Like they paid attention to what you lot were talking about, but now they're discussing how they should react to this.
They were paying attention until the Queen left.
Jean,
basically.
Jean, sees Justicar. Hell no to the no.
Yeah, no,
Oh, Shadows, that was great. It's like, I have something else to do.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
just
Fuck
Yep.
this
Yeah,
shit,
no.
I'm out.
I mean, I imagine
just-
Jean knows. I imagine Jean knows who Lucy wants to talk to. So
Yeah.
she'll go move on, and Jean will turn her attention towards Timothy, like new target acquired. Yeah. Anyway,
So as you approach your sire turns to you and she she Lucia, my dear girl, how have you been? How have you been?
Natasha,
Yeah, you learned.
it is wonderful to see you again, Miss Parr. She like curtsies.
Pa simply dips her head respectfully and lets you continue. She steps backwards a little to let you talk, and you're so tell me, what have you been up to? What secrets have you learned? What new things have you found? I must know everything.
Well, I may have copied all of the servers for the Second Inquisition, at least their local information. I can have that passed over to you.
And it's not even my birthday. You are a treat.
Thank you.
And
As for
Pinches your cheek.
if like
this is very hushed because I think everyone in that group probably has heightened senses. So we can speak and basically mumble and hear each other.
Yeah.
Timothy is not going anywhere near that because nah, I like my life. Thank you very much.
I like having my skin attached to my body.
Yep, yeah, it's like I like my limbs. You could say I'm attached to them.
Oh my god, that was bad, but also, yeah.
That is precisely the type of dad joke Timothy would make.
So yeah,
Lauren is well aware of the jokes that he makes.
Well, so then basically she's like, and it's not even my birthday. You are a treat. She pinches your cheek.
As for any recommendations as to what your actions shall be, I don't intend to speak on that. I do not pretend that I know what your plans are, but London is going to be difficult to be in.
Well, that's not going to be much of a change, but we'll adapt. We always do.
If I may recommend, perhaps living in London in the direct aftermath, just for a couple months, might be.
That might be the best, yes. We would have to leave someone here to oversee what events and to report. But yes, I believe departing once things explode, I suppose, is the best way to put it.
If you wish, I will be traveling to the Isle of Man.
I haven't been there in some time. Haven't been there in a while. Is there room enough for two?
There's room enough for four.
And your sire looks at Justica Parr and she just shrugs like, okay, it's fine by me.
I'll be leaving in a day's time.
Very well. We shall be joining you.
She nods.
We shall find somebody who can oversee things while we are away. And
looks at Joey's Malkavian Malwa.
Yeah.
She sort of doesn't lean in, but leans a little and goes, just make sure you don't care about their survival, just in case. Fireworks can have a way of spreading.
We'll get someone disposable then. Maybe a few someones. And she will... also, are you going to mention Gwendolyn to them? Because...
did we agree on something for Gwendolyn?
Pardon?
What did we agree as a group for Gwendolyn? Was she just not going to stand in our way?
Yes. She agreed not to stand in your way going against Mithras.
Okay.
Essentially, which is the most she is willing to agree to.
Okay, wait, I have an important question.
What?
Yeah.
Is the Shadow King here?
You know what? Yes, he is. The Shadow King that has turned up.
All right,
I would. Few other Nosferatu.
I would like to have Timothy walk over to the Shadow King.
Okay.
Okay, but we're still doing Lucia and Hassire at the moment. So
yeah,
is there anything else? Is there anything else?
Okay, then she looks sheepishly for like the first time. Normally she has this very calm and collected look, even when Jean is being Jean. She actually kind of looks sheepishly at Par, like.
Yeah.
May I ask a question?
You may. What troubles you?
What's the plans for the two ancient ones? The son of the sun and Gwynllian Farchawen.
She pulls a pad out and she leaves through it and looks at a few notes. I believe she is not currently on the red list. She was due to be added to it, but our fair queen here, and she gestures to the throne, ensured that she was not. So there is no action to take against her.
She nods.
But I assume from your question then that she is still active within London.
She nods again. She also asked about the son of the sun, which is, I know, difficult to understand. S-O-N of the S-U-N, because thanks, Mithras, using two very similar words.
World of darkness being impenetrably vague? Never.
I mean, Mithras, actual person.
As for Mithras himself, the Camarilla has been willing and will continue to be willing to deal with him as long as he remains in power. But we would prefer he would not.
She nods again and says, my coterie seems of the idea that fighting him is in any way, shape or form a thing we should do.
Par raises an eyebrow. That is a certain way to get yourselves killed.
I agree.
Do you understand what Mithras is, yes?
She nods. Like I said, my coterie thinks it's a good idea.
Sorry, I said no such thing.
Clearly implied, not herself.
Yeah.
Well, to be completely fair, Timothy has basically been given an impossible mission, which is retake London for the Queen, and as long as Mithras is in the way, he can't complete that mission.
Oh, Mithras isn't included in our mission. It is just a case of get rid of Antigen. Mithras is if you find a way to kill a Methuselah, please do.
Oh, in that case, Timothy would basically be it.
You already did it.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
We already committed.
Yeah, you already committed. We're not reckoning this far.
That is Timothy's interpretation of the mission, and it is incorrect.
Mithras is definitely a secondary objective. I mean, that is kind of my bad because I didn't clarify. My bad. So whatever. It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter because anyway, next chapter will be a thing. So things will happen. But for now, Pa simply says, if you can find a surefire way to be rid of him, and attempts have been made in the past, and they have all failed. So if you can be absolutely certain to be rid of him, then by all means. But otherwise, I would suggest avoiding someone with the kind of power and connections that he possesses.
She nods in agreement and says, Gwenllian has at least agreed not to stand in our way. She seems neutral for now.
Then it would seem Mithras's grip on her has faded somewhat. That is a potential avenue. I will have somebody make contact. We shall see what can be worked out.
She seems to be staying under the... And she says the museum and basically the location of the door.
The
Mysterious Museum of London.
Yep.
We will have somebody look into it. Thank you for the information. Is there anything else?
She curtsies. No, ma'am. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing.
Yeah, I don't think there is either.
Thank you for your time.
And when Jessica Parr steps away again, your side just grabs you, and she's like, "Well, how are things between you and Jean?" And they're like, "Tell me everything." And I think that's when we
it's
fade
great.
away from that conversation.
The mood just changes instantly.
Yeah.
And it's two teenagers gossiping about love.
Yeah,
it's adorable.
Basically, it's two teenagers gossiping. And who wants to be next?
I just make an example of that gossip. And the other day she brought me a florist. Not even flowers, a florist.
Did Jean want to have a conversation with Tim?
Nah, she was just gonna torture you.
He would have just politely ignored her in hopes that she would eventually get bored.
That doesn't happen.
I thought Timothy walked out after the kindred that were gonna.
That's right. Yeah.
So Timothy's not even in the room anymore.
Damn it.
Yeah, he did. I'm saying he came back to have a conversation with the Shadow King.
All right. Yeah. Okay, then in that case, is there anybody else, or is it just Timothy and the Shadow King?
I was going to talk with my sire.
Okay, then.
My stuff is post Elysium.
Okay. In that case,
Jean's sire isn't here, so
yeah, we'll go to Lauren with her sire. Your sire is standing and talking to a bunch of other Ventru, being very hoity-toity and snooty, as Ventru do.
Yeah, she's just gonna sort of tag along at the sort of edge of the group because it's she's still pretending to be a Ventru to most of Elysium and most of the Camarilla.
Notably, Timothy is not in that crowd. He is purposefully walking around and talking to everyone else but the Ventru.
Lucius.
Yeah. Hello again, my child.
How goes your business ventures in this new world that we find ourselves in?
They've been going most agreeably. I have raised my profits in London alone by 23% in the last several years.
I gather you've found a suitable replacement, given that I had made it quite clear that I was no longer to be part of your employ while I was dealing with the Second Inquisition.
You were easy to replace, yes.
I would have expected nothing less. It is good that somebody is able to take care of you.
He just raises an eyebrow.
She deliberately does this. It's like it's not the specific like trying to take a dig at her. This is more just something they've been doing for the last 40 years, just occasionally barbing each other.
Yeah. Well, they'll do a better job than somebody that can't take care of themselves, I suppose.
Well, I have a reputation to maintain, obviously, and
I hadn't noticed.
I've found that it is easier to pass amongst the various circles of the Camarilla as a harpy with little else to do. If I'm just a humble firefighter, it serves my purposes and allows me to do my job. Perhaps you should go around about the city sometime, Lucius. It has changed quite a bit, and maybe without your entourage. And she actually gestures to the other Ventrue because it's like she doesn't have a high opinion of the other Ventrue. She only actually respects Lucius.
Yeah, the other Ventrue just look at you like you're something bad. They stepped in, and they sort of with just a disgusted sneer, they all step away, like. How dare she address us?
Harpy bitch.
Yeah. Like not I mean actually they probably wouldn't do that because you're an official member of the course. So no, that they are, I don't think they really have much of a reaction at all, but they clearly their body language is very much please don't come near us. Please don't talk to us. Please don't acknowledge our existence. So you would prefer not have to converse with you.
Are there any? What are their names?
Oh, I hate you so much.
Well, one of them would be the Ventrue Primogen, Samantha Beck.
She's not going to talk to the Primogen. That's just no.
Who is Timothy's sire?
Yeah,
she's more likely going to talk to one of the lower down Ventrue who's trying to pretend that they're higher station than they actually are.
Okay, then Jeffrey Burnright. There we go. Why not? Jeffrey Burnright.
Mr. Burnright. It has been a while since I've seen you. How goes your? Well, I believe it was a gambling den was your current venture. Has it been paying dividends, or do you need someone with a bit more business acumen?
It actually has. We've been doing well. This quarter alone, we've made over 173 million.
That is quite impressive.
Yes.
I trust you've been investing those profits wisely so that they don't go squandered.
Of course. You wound me, he says.
Well, I have to be looking out in the court's interests, and any loose bookkeeping is possibly a threat.
Of course. We have learned the lessons of the foolish.
Indeed.
The foolish refused to.
Well, you've definitely made a name for yourself, Mr. Burnright, and she'll just grab like a glass of blood from a table nearby and just A toast to all future endeavors. May they be as fruitful as this one.
And he clinks glasses with you and here, he says. And he drinks and you drink. Is there anything else?
She will just turn back to Lucius, and just as she's about to mingle back with the rest of the Elysium, just to keep a tab on everyone, she'll just sort of mention, like, I keep an eye on him. He might be after your throne.
Okay.
And then just walk off.
Wow. Just shit stirring. Okay,
let's be honest. That is 55% of the Harpy's job is to stir shit up.
I mean, also all Ventru want every other Ventru's shit. I mean, that's Ventru.
Yeah, it's like she's not going to ever bother suggest that to the Primogen that somebody's trying to vie for her, because the Primogen already knows that. She's just going to mention it to her sires, like this one possibly is wanting some of your ventures. Make sure to give him enough of a cut that he doesn't suspect that you know.
Yeah. And your sire will simply raise an eyebrow at you because he knows what you're like. He knows what you're doing, and he will he'll raise an eyebrow, but he won't say anything, and he'll simply raise a glass and salute as you go away.
Yeah, she just sort of clinks it as she walks past, and she's going to obviously close out this little dialogue, but I don't know, she's going to go over to the Toreadors and gossip with them for a bit.
Yeah. The Toreadors are all much happier to see you than the Ventru are, and we cut away from there to Timothy coming to the Shadow King. Shadow King is he strides in wearing a rich, dark navy blue suit with a white shirt and a navy blue tie and black dress shoes. His hair is gelled back. The only real sign that he's an Nosferatu is his disfigured face, and even then, it looks like it's just a weird tumor more than anything else. Yeah, because he has like a weird growth out of this right side of his face that covers his eye and most of that side of his face. And when he sees you approach, and you are?
I am Timothy Lockhart.
One of the Coterie responsible for my reawakening. I've been meaning to thank you. Oh wait, no, actually, he would know who you are because you went up there, blah, blah, blah. He would know who you are. In that case, yeah, whatever. Mr. Lockhart, one of the ones responsible for my reawakening. Thank you. Muchly appreciated. And
it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, my king. And he actually takes off his gloves, puts them in a pocket, and holds out a hand to shake.
And he will shake your hand. It's a very firm handshake. And is there something I can help you with?
I was just... Oh, what's that old saying? Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Yes, that is generally our way.
I was hoping you would be willing to help myself and my coterie have a backup plan in case what we have concocted to kill the leadership of Antigen fails.
I see. And what did you have in mind?
I was thinking that presumably if we fail, it would either they get tipped off and don't get into the helicopter, which is the most likely, which means they will go to ground. And we will have to hunt them down individually. if we can count on the support of Clan Nosferatu to help hunt them down, it would make things much faster, if not easier. As we all know, no secret stays hidden from Clan Nosferatu for long.
So you would have us hunt them down. We can do that. And what would you be willing to offer in exchange for such a favor?
I would offer a boon.
From yourself or your coterie?
I would offer a boon. I would offer, as the Scourge of Queen Anne, a boon to you. A major boon. You will set forth a task, and I will complete it without protest or hesitation.
Yeah, I see. Well, this is a turn of events. I'm even more glad I turned up for this.
Granted, this is essentially me setting up a safety net.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, this transaction won't need to come into effect, but we don't live in a perfect world, far from it.
Glad we do not.
You should have said, I offer you the fact we woke you the fuck up.
And
that's fair.
And considering you have been indisposed for the past 2 years, thanks in large part to Khan and his ilk, I would imagine you would be grateful for the chance at revenge.
I wouldn't say no to the opportunity to pay my respects to Operation Antigen.
And unlike some of my, and he looks towards the other Ventru, my relations, I am not too proud to acknowledge that my strengths lie in other fields. I am not too proud to bow to your expertise.
That he does smile a little. You are good. Fine, very well. I will do what you ask. And if I have need of a major boon that I can think of, I will ask for one of you. But for now...
And just to be clear, this transaction will take effect if the leadership of Operation Antigen survives our attack.
Yes.
Is this acceptable?
Yes, I accept the terms.
And he holds out his hand.
And he takes her hand again and shakes it.
Let it be known that Timothy Lockhart considers Clan Nosferatu allies.
And we appreciate that consideration.
And now, if you'll excuse me, my station requires that I at least appear to be interested in what these people think.
I think there's an actual, like a genuine grin from him, which lasts only for a moment, but it's there. Like, yeah, no, like it's just a shared moment of, yeah, no, I get that.
And he nods and leaves.
Mm. And as you're walking away, you are accosted by your sire, who is suddenly there. And she's like, Timothy, how have you been?
I have been well, Samantha.
I see. Doing well for yourself. You're the scourge now, and now you're planning to take out the entire Operation Antigen. One might think you don't have any need for your sire anymore.
Now, who would possibly think of such an outrageous thing?
Can Jean? I think Jean's been watching Timothy as he's doing his own bit,
and
waiting for a moment.
There is clear, like, there is silent animosity coming from Timothy.
I got that. Jean's just going to, excuse me, Scourge.
Yes.
If you're not too busy with, sorry, I don't know your name. We have an operation to discuss.
Just to point out, this is a primogen. Your shit talking.
Yeah.
Certainly. My apologies. Duty calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck off.
Do you actually say that? Do you actually say fuck off to Avenger? Okay.
And Timothy just mutters under his breath, I'm gonna pay for that later.
Yeah.
The worst thing of being bullied by Jean is being rescued by Jean.
While also being bullied by Jean.
Not right now.
And as you go away, if you look back at your sire, you'll notice that she doesn't look angry. She looks contemplative. She looks like she's considering something, but you can't tell what. But she doesn't look angry at all. She looks thoughtful.
You know,
can I insight her from across the room, because I've been keeping tabs on everyone who's still here.
You can insight her.
That actually unsettles Timothy more than if she was angry. And Timothy is actually going to insight her.
Okay, you can both roll insight.
And you know what? I'm going to rouse for this.
Actually, can I make an intimidation check with that?
Sure. Sure.
That's what I'm like, blase, fuck you. Like,
I don't know. I didn't actually write stats for her, so let's just say difficulty, whatever.
I'll
say 4.
In which case, Lauren.
Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong one.
Oh, lol.
However, my awareness and my insight are the same, so it would be the same number of successes.
I will say, simple antagonist says an ancilla would be difficulty 5 to 6.
Okay, I have 5 successes.
Oh damn! In that case, yeah, your sire looks impressed. She looks impressed and proud. Like, that's not a thing you're used to. Normally there's criticism and she's berating you and belittling you and tearing you down. There's always something wrong. You've never known her to be actually impressed with you, but she looks impressed. She looks proud of you almost. And you have no idea what it is you might have done that might have caused that. But
well, honestly, I think that angers Timothy even more.
Actually, can I just use my Coterie merit to boost that to 8 in the minute? Well, no my secret. Fuck. Let's avoid my secrets. Never mind.
Yeah.
And Timothy just mutters under his breath, loud enough for Jean to hear, that bitch is fucking proud of me.
Well, someone has to be.
And Timothy actually punches Jean in the arm, but like that friendly type of.
Yeah. She grins.
Apart
me and Timothy have a really weird friendship. It's a friendship, but it's fucking weird.
Again, for me, I think what sometimes Jean and Timothy best is literally the clip from the first Avengers movie with Thor and the Hulk, where they just take down a giant monster, then Hulk just goes punch.
I was more thinking that it's entirely entirely summed up with the phrase "only Jean can bully Timothy."
Yes.
Yeah.
She will step in if someone else is bullying him so that she can have exclusive rights to
it. Excuse you, this is my victim, find your own.
Excuse you, this is my girlfriend. Excuse you, this is my victim.
No. This is Jean. Excuse me, this is my bitch. Fuck off.
Pretty much. Excuse me, this is my bitch. Excuse me, that's also my bitch.
Anyway, I will get Timothy away and just
So, is there a particular reason why you decided to rescue me from my sire, or did you just want to have exclusive bullying rights?
Mostly the latter. Not gonna lie.
Of course.
But it does pain me to see you bullied.
By anyone but you.
Well, yeah.
You know...
What is your deal? Like, you're a scourge. Act like it.
I believe that's what I was doing.
By letting by letting anyone talk to you like that, you're devaluing your position. Someone might take it from you.
Let me be clear. My people below me are below me. People above me are above me. I must command people above me's respect. But I also have to be subservient. Otherwise they will be threatened.
When you say people that are above me, you hear the beast in you go, for now.
And he basically just goes, but people below me know their place. See those Ventru over there? They avoid me.
I try not to.
They avoid me not because they hate me. They think I am lesser, although they probably do. They avoid me because they know I am above them. And if there's one thing Ventru hate, it's being below someone.
I think you're almost there with your ambition. But your talks of subservience, feigned or not, makes you look like a dog. And Jean's just going to lean in a bit closer. And I don't make friends with dogs. And she's going to walk away.
Before you walk away, he goes, if you hadn't noticed, you wear the same leash I do.
There are no strings on me.
Whatever helps you sleep during the day.
Wait, if you don't like dogs, why is there a collar? When I see that collar in your apartment when I visited, Joey says as he's walking past drinking.
Gino just give him a wink.
That is an insight I did not need.
I'm just actually going to call since we are just currently doing like a weird sort of bitchy carousel. In that case, Lauren will walk past as like that's not his.
Wait,
like that, she will just like to draw the line there. It's like no, she has her limits as to what she does, what she tends to get up to.
John was just saying that the color was in Jean's apartment because Jean said,
right, okay.
So I like the idea that Lauren just came and volunteered that there was a leash in your apartment too.
And
she was telling the truth. She was telling the truth, though. It's not his.
That was Jean's effort at like, we're not so different. But grow the fuck up.
And Jean and Timothy goes, I have a role to play. I can't be as blasé as you.
Yeah, no.
And I think that's where we ended because we are slightly over time.
Damn it! I wanted my scene.
Yeah. We've got one more scene. We can go a little over, I assume. Okay, then in that case, Joey, as Elysium ends, you're all led out, and Lady Scarlet comes out and beckons you over, and you go and join them. And
I go with my Marwa.
Yeah, you and your Malwa do go and join the Queen and Scarlet in a private room.
If they do talk about bringing the Scourge for bodyguarding, I would ask that he be left outside the door.
Yeah, he'd be left outside the door.
What about here? I mean Timothy.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Timothy has left with the end of Elysium. He is preparing for the bloody night.
Yep.
I full curtsy, full manners to the Queen.
Yeah. She gestures you to rise rather.
My Queen, I believe there is a golden opportunity that will be happening soon that you should take full advantage of.
I see. And what would this opportunity be?
A night of chaos in this city, while loud, will be very good for the Camarilla as a whole. One of the major assets we lost 2 years ago was many of our human assets, our human contacts.
That is true.
Think if there are more attacks than just one building, and more lives lost than just that building, I know many of the Toreadors, and I'm sure many of the Venturers have a few human allies left. What if we can offer in one night to get rid of many of our human allies' competition as well?
To what end do you
think about it?
This?
Think about it. If you say have a mayor and someone running for mayor or a position in the government here in London, what if during this night of terror, accidentally, the person you have leverage over, their political rivals disappear? Giving your thing much more power, making them much more useful. Once we weaken the SI, it'll be a good way to rebuild the power base of the Camarilla. Bring it back to what it used to be.
It's a good suggestion. I will consider it.
Plus, getting rid of some police officers that may or may not have ties. I would also give the Queen over files of where we believe the SI were based.
Yeah. Yeah, I like a lot of the bases were just temporary, just for that raid. But yeah.
But it's still, information.
Yeah. We will look into it and see what we can do.
This is an opportunity to reshuffle the power base of London back to our favor. It may be bloody, but well, we're kindred. We shouldn't fear our substance. We shouldn't fear that. We shouldn't fear that sustains us. I know, Madam Lily, Miss Lillian here has many, many contacts in media that I'm sure would love to get rid of a few political rivals. If you meet.
There are a few people that I feel London could do without, yes.
And what's a better night than random terrorist attacks all over the city?
The bigger concern, however, is that the Anarchs have been taking our territory during this last 2 years.
Exactly.
And while we can certainly do as you suggest, it would also benefit the Anarchs, I think, to cause chaos.
Here's the thing. Do you know who doesn't know about this attack? Who don't know this attack is going to happen? The Anarchs.
True, but
it'll be one night of bloodshed. Meaning the Anarchs will have very limited option to plan to get rid of people, where you have a few days to plan your executions.
Very well. I will consider it.
This is a golden opportunity, my queen. I would recommend you do not waste it. Combined with the
raises an eyebrow at that because you're treading the line a bit there.
Combine this with the fact it will look a lot less suspicious if there are attacks over the city and not just one building. If we just attack this one building, the SI will be like, weird, our main building in this city was attacked. But if there are similar terrorist attacks all over.
Yes, I think this is a good idea. I was considering this anyway, but anywhere in particular you have found that would be a good target, seeing as you have been in London?
Our character, would I have?
You haven't really been in London long enough to get the full scope of affairs there.
No, I myself know, but if you bring your council together, I'm sure many of them will have people they would love to see vanished.
That is true. We shall discuss it in the court. You are dismissed.
Have a lovely night, my queen.
And you. And as when you leave, Lady Scarlet turns to Queen Anne and just says, "He is presumptuous, but he has good points." And Queen Anne says, "I agree. See that it's done." And I think that's where we end the episode.
Let's just go full night of the long knives with this.
Yeah, you came so very close to insulting the Queen there. So very close to calling the Queen stupid or questioning her competence. That's why Scarlet's like, might be presumptuous.
That's after show talk, because yes, that was Joey's intent.
Yeah. But yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and tune in next week for the penultimate episode of Chapter 1 of this chronicle. For watching, I've been Doozabin Dan. These have been my wonderful nerds. And if you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/, the Explorers League. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we can be found at twitter.com/League Explorers. You can also find us on YouTube and at the Explorers League. And I do believe that's everything. So without
just
further
share us
ado,
with your friends.
that too. Like, share, comment, subscribe. All
Subscribe
that fun
and then
stuff.
hit the actual subscribe button because YouTube
Yeah,
has it's YouTube.
because YouTube's got a YouTube.
In the words of the greatest thinkers of our time, Real Big Fish, sell out with us tonight.
Pretty much. Good
Bye,
night.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.